Welcome everyone to the day 3 of the series The Love Education You and I Never Signed Up For. And today the lesson which I have for you, it's basically around walking away or gathering up the courage to walk away from someone you still love. Your heart wants to go back to them, your heart wants to hug that person, your heart wants to hold on to the possibility of them turning up into a person that you feel they would become. But in reality, it's like, they don't even make that effort. They don't even have the kind of, you just don't feel that this person actually loves you, or somewhere in the relationship you stop feeling seen, you stop feeling heard. That's when it's a beautiful, heartbreaking, overwhelming sign for you to walk out from that relationship. Before I move to that lesson, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gargi Arya and I help you to build a life of your dreams, whether it's in your personal life or it's in your professional life. And today, what I'm about to share might be something you don't want to listen, because trust me, this is something I am also going through. My heart, my mind keeps on going back that let's give one more chance, let's try to understand what the other person is going through. But at the end of the day, it's like, why should I always understand? Why can't they understand? Why do they end up doing the same things again and again, which they also know are hurting me? But it's like the other person is not just making any effort to understand what is hurting me, what is something that they are doing. They are not realizing their mistake. So if you are here, then this video might help today. This is something I learned from a very close friend, and she told to me that ending is better than suffering on a daily basis from the same things again and again. And this video, it's not going to be a very long video today, but I just want to make you realize this lesson. I don't think there are signs to be mentioned for you to understand when to leave someone, because when you want to leave someone, your body or your heart will resist to go back to them. Because somewhere or the other, always remember, even if your mind is tricking you, your body will always tell you, I don't want to go back. And there's a very beautiful exercise I can mention to you. I read in a book of Jack Canfield. He said, your body knows where you are going in life. So what you can do, you can be in a meditative state and you can ask a yes or no question. Don't ask any other question than that. So what I did, I just asked myself when I was completely exhausted, when I came in a state where even though I wanted to continue, it was like something inside was going haywire, that no, this is not going to work, not again, the whole emotional cycle. I don't have the capacity now when I've already gone through all of these things. So if you're someone watching this video, maybe you can end up asking your body, just be in that meditative state, and if your body moves forward, it's a yes, and if your body moves backward, it's a no. You have to carefully do this activity. You don't have to move by yourself. It's something you will feel from inside. And you can only understand these things if you have a great relationship with yourself. And even if you have not, if they are not choosing you, if they are treating you in a way where if they want to, they will come to you. If they don't want to, they don't care about you. If they are doing things that are hurting you again and again, and the person knows it, I think these are very clear signs for you to understand that. I won't say sometimes, yes, people do intentionally, but being a life coach, I think I have the wisdom to be able to understand that they might not have what I want, and maybe I'm asking too much from someone who doesn't have the capacity to give that kind of love and attention. So specifically, if you are finding yourself in a state where you are too afraid of walking away, because when you are in a relationship, you dream of a future, you start dreaming of a future with them, you start dreaming, they become a habit more than the identity. I think they become a habit that every single day you are messaging them text, you are asking them about minute details, you are going out, you are doing things for them, you are coming out of love, you are writing letters to them, you are writing paragraphs to them, and one day it all just comes and tells you that this is not a future that you are allowed to walk in. Or maybe life shows you the different phases or faces of them, and you start feeling like, do I really matter? Why does the person run away when I want to talk to them? Why does the person ends up making me feel as if I am the villain and they are the victim? So first of all, I would like to tell you both the sides. If you stay, what will happen, and if you leave, what will happen. So when I had to take a decision like this, for at least 1 month I kept on asking myself, are you okay to stay? Is it okay to give one more chance? Is it okay to maybe be the one again who would understand? But somewhere, even though when my heart was going there, was ready for it, was ready to stay, somewhere my body was not allowing me to go forward and go through that emotional loop once again. Because it's like then it becomes a habit for the other person also कि okay आपने माफ कर दिया, आप माफ कर ही दोगे. They start living in that hope, and they start treating you as a bag that they can use and throw anytime. It feels like even if they don't have that kind of intention. So this is the cost that you are going to pay. It will only be a possibility, but who knows whether they will actually change someday or not. And when I felt the fear was more loud than the love, I was like, I need to walk away from this person, even though it was a very long term relationship. So I just want all of you to understand the first thing. If the fear of seeing the future, like when I was seeing the future, the thoughts suddenly started changing into fear. What if he never changes? What if this loop happens again and again? And when that fear came in my mind, I was like, I don't want to go to a future where all of this will happen. So it was one of the hardest and of course one of the bravest steps that I had to take to choose this step, even though I still don't want to. So like if you're somebody in this phase, that if you're able to feel me or feel what I am going through, what I would have gone through till now to just have that one option left, I just want you to know sometimes even choosing yourself will feel like a betrayal, because you would feel I made so many promises to the other person. We had so many promises where we had committed, where we had felt that we will do this in the future, we will do that in the future, and all of those kind of things. But what if those things start costing you your own emotional space, your own mental space? So just ask yourself, are you staying because you want to, or are you staying because you are just afraid of the love? You are just afraid of the kind of fears, the fear of loneliness, the fear of being alone, the fear of never being able to love someone like that ever again. All of this. So now first let's also focus on helping you to understand how I am dealing with these things, because even right now my emotional and mental space keeps on going a little haywire. Some days I wake up with a lot of excitement, some days I feel like I am completely broken from inside. It feels like something is not there inside me. Everything is feeling so empty for now. So if you are going through that phase, or if I have to help you to or push you to come out from that relationship, I would like to share some of the things which I am doing, which somewhere are helping me to heal. Just make sure that you listen to each one of them. So the first thing, I want to show you my healer, my diary. Every single day I write letters in this diary. I write whatever comes to my heart, whether it's pain, whether it's anger, whether it's sadness, whether it's anything that I wanted to tell them but I could not. So, again, like the first thing is when you write down things which is something आप किसी से शेयर नहीं कर सकते, आपको लगता है कि you would be judged by someone if you share, or all of these things, or if you just want to relax yourself from the heaviness in your heart, just make sure that you grab a diary and you do it. Because I think it's been many days or few weeks I have not been consistent in my work also, because when all of this happened, I was not in a state to show up even in front of someone who is my community member or who is a client, because it would be like, how can I help someone when I myself is in a broken stage, right? So the first thing is a few steps on how you can rebuild yourself if you want to be the one who wants to walk away, or if you have already done that. So the first is when you get back to small little habits like journaling, when you get back to asking yourself the right questions. I ask myself, I do these things every single day for now, because of course I'm still healing. It's been not very long time. It's just been few days since that decision. So most of the times I keep my diary in front of me, because anytime for now I start crying, I start feeling sad, I start feeling heavy, I get distracted, I lose my focus. So I keep on writing it down. I keep on asking myself, okay, am I missing the identity that I had, or what exactly do I want to go back or not? Why do I want to, why do I feel I want to go back? Why can't I be courageous enough to go ahead and still continue living like that? So all of these questions, like you can just go on chat gpt and you can give your mood swings to him, to chat gpt, and it will help you to get some right questions to be asked to yourself. Just make sure that you don't take out the answers from there. Answers आपके अंदर से आने चाहिए, तभी आपको clarity मिलेगी. And I've been in this phase for more than a month almost, when it was just getting too loud, and then one day I finally spoke that, you know what, this is something that I cannot do. I cannot continue, because now it has started to cost my own peace, right? And when it got too loud, that's when I felt of saying it out. Otherwise I feel I would have never taken this step. So again, the first is journaling. Second thing is my gratitude writing stopped for a very long time because of all of these phases. So the first thing I started doing was, pehle ke abhi काफी time से what was happening, I wake up and I go in my phone, I start opening on Instagram, I start checking whether a message has come or not. But now what I do, instead of waking up with that heaviness, even though I feel it, but it's like I'm rewiring myself to get into some good habits, so that those things automatically start creating a new wiring inside me. So I wake up, I write gratitude. The third thing is, I've started sitting in nature a lot more. Like, I am not a person who likes sunlight, to be very honest. I've started sitting in sunlight more than ever now. I most of the times I'm in my balcony, because that's where I feel the most calm. I grab a book. I'm reading a book called 8 Rules of Love, which is somewhere helping me to overcome this phase. So reading is helping me a lot these days. The fourth is, right support is very much required. Like, I am blessed enough that I have few people, not a lot of people, but yes, 2 to 3 people. I won't mention their names, but they are really helping me to overcome this stage a lot. Because it's like, whenever I go in that state again, whenever the stability is not there, so I keep on texting that I'm feeling heavy, I'm feeling empty. So if you have that kind of friend, great. If you don't have, be your own best friend. When the things go too loud, and when I'm not able to share with anybody, I again grab a diary. I allow myself to cry. Fourth thing, I allow myself to feel everything that I'm feeling. If I'm feeling like crying, I will cry. If I'm feeling like I don't want to do anything, I don't do anything. And that's one of the reasons I'm a little off at work also, because it's like, to be able to help someone, I should at least be in a space to go out and start taking the sessions as usual. So like, again, if you have a right support, great. If you don't have that kind of support, be your own support system. Be your own support system. Fifth is, I travel. So I know that right now for me, when I'm out of home, I feel a little better. So I either go out with a friend, or I go to a park, or I just ride scooty or drive, or like, go and cycle. Because right now, being at home also, every single second keeps on reminding me of the memories and everything. So these are some of the things which I am doing. Is there anything else I'm forgetting? Of course, I am trying to watch out my mentors classes also, because of course, abhi ke time par, when you listen to someone, when you listen to a podcast, when you listen to your mentors, when you go back to the courses once again you look at those things. Even though I've done them, I'm looking at them with a very new perspective. Okay, this is how I can see this situation. Next is, again I would say, rebuilding can also mean, maybe agar I'm not able to focus, like for example, for now I'm in a stage in my life where I'm not able to focus a lot. I get distracted, I start crying anytime. So what I'm doing, I am just working in 15 minutes timer. Pehle 30 minutes ka I was putting up. So I have also reduced my to-do list a lot more. Rather than writing a list of the things I was doing at one point, I'm just writing one or two things on a daily basis for now. And I'm giving myself timers. 15 minutes you focus, then you take a break. Another 15 minutes you focus, then you take a break. So this is how I'm trying to deal and overcome with the things in a rebuilding phase. And specifically, now that I got the courage to open up in this video today, I just want you to know specifically, I don't have this message just for the girls out here. This message is for every person who has ever loved someone deeply, but every single time you just felt like an emotional fool at the end, that the person does not value you, the person does not respect you enough. I hope you heal. I hope you can take an inspiration from me, and I really hope I become an inspiration for people like you, to be able to take a stand for yourself when things are not going in your favor, when your heart just wants them too much. But even in the relationship, then you start feeling alone. You start feeling as if things are never going to work out. So I hope that I was able to share my side. I was able to share the lessons here. I'm also, one more thing which is very important for all of us to understand: never see the other person with a negative feeling. Whatever happened between us, whatever things we were doing, of course it was my mistake also. Some of the mistakes were from his end. But again, don't become someone who remembers your past with a negative feeling. I am still not there where I can see those memories with a peaceful state of mind. But yes, I'm learning too. I don't blame whatever happened. I don't have any regrets. It's something that I'm still absorbing. It happened. I'm still trying to accept that yes, it happened. And I really hope that if you are in that state, just go and choose yourself. It will require a lot of courage. It will require you a lot of pain, a lot of capacity to handle that pain, that emotional pain, that mental stress, that every single day you are not going to feel okay. But just know, if you survive at least 1 or 2 months or 3 months, just give yourself that kind of time. It's okay to go slow in such times. It's okay when you are going through a heartbreak. Just have the right support. If you don't have the right support, become the right support for yourself. And that is what I'm also trying to do. Somewhere I feel I've lost myself completely. I've lost interest in everything that I am doing, but I really hope that I can also heal from this. I did not had any intention to share and put this out in this video today. But I don't stop myself from showing up my own vulnerable sides, because I feel we are all humans after all, and for me connection matters more than just being a coach. Because of course, before a coach, I am what? I am a human. I am also going through a phase, and if you are there, I really hope you heal, and I hope these series can help you to start choosing yourself above people who are not choosing you on a daily basis. Thank you so much. I would love to hear your thoughts. I will see you tomorrow on day 4. Till then, do let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like, share and subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.